Welcome to Douse and Clear, the video series that teaches you how to douse, how to find hidden blocks to your success, your high energy, your health, your well-being, your wealth, and kick them to the curb. Hey there, it's Colleen Flanagan, Emotions Whisperer and Master Dowser. This video is going to show you how to douse for the emotions of arthritis and clear them out. This video does not replace the care of a doctor or any medications that your loved one may have been prescribed. You may want to even check with your doctor and see if this is okay to use for your loved one. You also may want to check with your loved one and ask for permission to do this on them. If they say no, absolutely, I just want to suffer in pain, well then I guess you shouldn't really do anything for them except maybe just send them a whole lot of love from your heart to their heart. Some people don't want to be helped, and that's just the way it is. And some people don't trust this kind of stuff because it scares them because they don't understand it. Thank you for having an open mind. So first we're going to check into how I douse, and if you don't have a dowsing method, then I would recommend checking out my book, Fearless Accurate Dowsing. It's on Amazon and it's very reasonably priced. It shows not only a whole lot of different ways to douse, but how to do this exact protocol in a script form, step by step for you, for yourself and for others, complete from top to bottom, from dowsing to clearing to checking it. And this is just an overview. So first of all, I douse like this. I programmed this in many years ago. Dowsing is just a way to connect into your subconscious mind, into your spirit, into any kind of hidden information that you might want to bring forward to help yourself or others in any aspect of life. I ask a question, then I let my hands come together. When the fingertips touch, it's a yes answer. When the fingertips fall down below the other fingertips of the other hand, that's a no answer. So arthritis is basically, it's inflammation and pain, especially upon movement. And one of the reasons for arthritis is emotional. There's a whole lot of other things, and that's what the doctors work on. But when it's emotional, a lot of doctors don't address that situation, or they tell you less stress in your life. Well, how can you do that? You can do it by identifying these stressors and clearing them out. I always look for 5 fears that are pretty much the trigger of most physical conditions. That's a fear of failure, a fear of the consequences of success, a fear of not being safe, a fear that the bad times will never end, fears of rejection or abandonment. Those are the basic fears that trigger everything that I've been able to find. There's also sometimes emotions associated with arthritis like anger, rage, fury, bitterness, feeling betrayed, feeling helpless and hopeless. All these emotions can come up, and if your loved one is agreeable to you working with them to help them, then they may be able to identify that. So what you would do is just douse for, after connecting into the energy with an intention of love and kindness and compassion and helping this person, you can imagine a green beam of light from your heart to their heart connecting in there. You might feel it, you might jump a little bit and such, and then you would just say, you can ask permission of the energy. We'll just say, John's energy, am I allowed, do I have permission to find the emotional triggers of the arthritis in his right elbow? And say yes. Okay, is the emotional triggers of John's arthritis in his right elbow, are they about love? Are they about money? Are they about work? Yes. Right side is almost always about logical things such as work, school, finances, money. Left side of the body, those ailments are about love, relationships, doing what you love for a living. And when someone has arthritis in a joint, that quite often is about a lack of flexibility. Anger, rage, fear that they're never going to get the flexibility that they desire for this particular situation, or that they want. And it could have happened years and years and years ago. Someone trapped in a terrible job, that arthritis might be still in there, and it probably wants to leave the body, but it won't until you clear out the emotion. So we found out that John has some fears from a job, and they're lodged in his right elbow. So then you would check and see when those fears happened. Are these fears current now? Are these fears trapped from the past? Can you tell me what year? All right, in the year 2000 and beyond, before that, year 1990 to 2000, 1990, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1995, you could ask John, hey, what happened in 1995? Were you in a job that you felt really stressed, or that you hated and you couldn't leave because you had to pay bills? Yes. Let's just keep checking a little bit further. And you could ask John, do you remember this job? Can you name some jobs? And then you just test and find the right one. And ask, what did you feel in this job? What were you afraid? Fear of failure, fear of rejection and abandonment, getting fired from the job, fear of failure in the job, fear of not being safe, bad times never ending, fear of the consequences of success. So you'd write down all these fears as you analyze them, and then you'd ask the severity on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being maximum severity. Find all that out, and then once you've got all this information written down, and I would suggest just dowsing for all the information that you can find first, writing it down, and then clearing it. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's just start with the fear that the bad times will never end, for example. And let's just say it was level 10. So you would, if possible, have John work with you and just say, okay, we're going to clear the fear that the bad times will never end from that job in 1995. It's a level 10. It's a super high severity, and it's might be hearing John say, yeah, I felt so inflexible in that job. I was so angry. I hated my bosses. I hated the work. They treated me terribly. And just start clearing. And ask John if he could do it as well. If he has the mobility in his arms and shoulders. Just clear, clear, clear. We're releasing for John all his fears that the bad times will never run from that job in 1995 that are triggering the arthritis in his right elbow. Letting it go. All the inflamed emotions, anger, fury, rage, bitterness, hatred. Feeling trapped. Feeling afraid of getting fired. Feeling afraid of failing. Because so many people got fired because they messed up on the job. Letting all this go now. And so it is. And of course, you can use the same protocol for yourself if you have arthritis or any kind of aches and pains in your joints. Dowsing just points the direction to the trapped emotions. And then you just clear it out by clearing your governing vessel meridian this way. You can use any modality to clear it out. You can tap under your nose. That's an old emotional freedom techniques tapping point, the end point of the governing vessel meridian. By clearing things out of the governing vessel meridian, it quite often just clears the entire energy system. The important thing is to focus on the fear or the negative emotions that are trapped in that area. General clearings, just like saying, I now release all this arthritis in my right elbow. That might work. That might help, at least a little bit, but it may not clear it out permanently. That's why you want to find out what is the severity. So you would check again after doing the first round of clearing on John, and then check in and say, okay, what is the level of severity of this fear that the bad times will never end for John? It was level 10, now it's level 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Then you would check again, okay, is there another fear that we just, other than the one that we just released, that's not allowing this arthritis to completely go down to level 0? Yes. So then you'd find that fear, clear that out, and just going through that whole protocol. Find the fears, find the severity, clear them out to level 0, then move on to the next fear and just keep going. Now, if you're working with kids or animals, their complexity of emotions is usually a lot less than human adults, so it's going to go a lot faster. But arthritis can be very tricky, and it's really important that you focus on, again, the fears, the emotions, clearing them out to level 0, and then watching the condition over the next few days or a couple of weeks, and hopefully it's getting a lot better and the swelling and the pain is going down, and then do some more dowsing, do some more clearing, and then just very gently go through and find anything you can and clear it out. That's what I've done for myself. I had terrible arthritis in all of my joints. I was in a job that I felt trapped because I had to pay my mortgage and had a lot of bills like everyone does, pay car payments and insurance and all that stuff. But once I realized that the arthritis was due to feeling trapped, feeling inflexible, anger, rage, and a lot of it even going back to the 1980s. Once I cleared it out, the arthritis is gone. Now I jog, I'm out of pain, and if I do have a little pain come back, I just check into it, douse it, clear it, and that's it. And you can do the same for yourself and others. Hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my website, emorescue.com, for more information on how you can help yourself, your family, your beloved animal friends. Just clear out all these emotions. Thank you very much for watching. Namaste. Peace out.